Creator burnout is a real thing, but you can recover from it. I'm just thinking out loud. I'll share my story with how I reached that point of burnout and what I'm actively doing now to recover from it. Now, this particular channel was geared for you content creators where we talk about what we go through as a content creator, and burnout is one of those. But I also have a main YouTube channel, or I'll say another YouTube channel, because I'll probably spend more time on this one than I will on that one. Because on that other channel, I started in 2020 and it was about video production, live streaming, and a lot of technical parts of that world. So, in video, live video production, you have microphones and cameras and lighting and software. There's a lot of different components. And part of that process is the fact that you have to be specific. Like some of the numbers actually mean things. So you have to know what they actually are and make sure that when you're recording a video, you actually say the right information. And it also helps with the visuals. So you want to include how you're actually setting up a live streaming station or what buttons you're clicking in the software to make it work. So I have to be very aware of all of those different elements when I produce a video on that channel. And as a result, that increases the time to actually create the video because of the number of elements involved in it. And it also increases the amount of mental capacity for me to actually sit down and think pre-production of which video will actually perform well, because you can't just create videos that you want to create all the time, no matter what the gurus say. In this YouTube world that we're in, you actually have to create videos that people want to watch. And so trying to make sure that I identify what people want to watch, but also having that video fun for me to actually create has been increasingly challenging. Because in the world of technology, there's certain aspects that I like to focus on, but if I do about 20 videos on it, it becomes repetitive and it gets exhausting because I don't want to keep talking about the same thing over and over and over again, because you don't have to go and upgrade your equipment over and over and over again. A lot of this equipment will last you 5 to 7 years, and if you want to upgrade, you can do so after that. But there's some equipment here in the studio I've had for nearly a decade that I just continue to use because it continues to work. So when I think about that specific channel, and then also the element of brand deals and sponsorships that I have with that channel, I don't want to be a tech reviewer. I don't want to constantly unbox, talk about the tech, and then go on about my merry way. I actually like providing valuable information. And so, one of the ways that I try to incorporate a sponsored video or brand deal collaboration is with actually providing a use case scenario. So, in the world of live streaming, I might record some behind the scenes and include the equipment that I'm using to record a wedding or to live stream a different event. Or maybe if I'm going to do photography for a company, then I'll document what that process looks like and the equipment that I'm using for that. So, there's different ways for me to incorporate and make the videos fun. But again, that adds an additional element. If I'm actually going out into the environment and actually providing a service and then also trying to document and record for a YouTube video, and I'm doing this by myself, that is just added stress that I've realized at this age that I am gradually starting to get away from. So in that main channel, the ability to actually use behind the scene footage is pretty much non-existent because I'm no longer providing those services. And so with that, the ability to create those use case videos has declined significantly. Now, I am thankful for this studio space where I can do some demonstrations here and create a lot of real world situations just without being in those physical environments. But still, it is very taxing to create these technical videos. So in October of 2024, I uploaded the last video that I have on that channel, and it being April 2025, I haven't really missed a beat when it comes to having the desire to really want to upload videos on that channel because of everything it entails. So I had reached creator burnout. And if you have reached that state or currently in this state, I have some tips that may help you get back to wanting to revive your content creator journey. Because the reality is, I do miss that channel. I really more so miss the audience of that channel because I know the videos were valuable to them because I read the comment section and I'm able to see that. And my knowledge over the years has not only been from providing live stream services in a nonprofit environment, but I also have technical certifications from like my day job. So that brings an added element of expertise that I'm able to provide to that audience. And so, in order to get out of that creator burnout, hopefully these tips will help you as I'm getting ready to record and come back to that channel. So, my first tip is to actually rest. Take some time away to actually rest. And I'm not talking about just for like a week. Like, I've taken months off. So, in your idea of what rest might look like for you, it could definitely be a week. But if you really want to recharge your body and come back stronger than ever, I believe a legitimate rest is something that you need to consider. And so my rest has been for months. It started right before the holiday season. And as we've gotten to the beginning of the year and now going into spring where things are kind of coming back to life, as you would say, with all the fresh blooms of the trees and the sun staying out longer for longer days, I'm starting to feel more inclined to want to actually create the content on that video again. But during this rest period, my body feels a lot better. I don't feel the need or stress of having to upload a video every single week, or what do I need to record B-roll wise, and what do I need to make sure that I say in the video, and what type of elements do I need to make this more enticing for people to watch all the way through so the video performs well so I can rank higher in the algorithm. Like all of that, and including some of the brand deal requirements that make no sense. And on top of that, they don't want to pay, they just want to give me a free product. And I've had my share of free products, so I actually want to be compensated. So all the back and forth of dealing with that, like all of that has been lifted from me over the last few months, and it feels pretty good. Now, if you're relying on your content to monetize and provide revenue for you, then obviously this would look a little different from you, where maybe a moderate pullback would be more uh, inclined to what you might want to do. But if you have a full-time job, hey, I think this strategy will help you. So taking a rest, taking a step back, and really getting back into a place where you're not focused on it, you're not thinking about this stuff every single day and every single moment. You kind I didn't log into my profile for a while because I just didn't want to look at it. It was really, really, really a chance to rest and relax. And as you're doing that, the next step that I would have for you is to really investigate or inspect. Why did you reach this place of burnout? Like, what were the things that led up to burnout? Now, I'm not going to repeat the steps that led me into burnout because I've already kind of told you that. It was the fact of how long these videos take to get done and the different components of actually making the video. And I had to make sure the video was great for my audience. So my burnout was a result of those different elements. In conjunction with investigating why you had burnout, then I want to inspect what can I do better so that when I do get back into creating content, I don't reach burnout again. And for me, what that looks like is having a less technical channel for those videos. So yes, the channel itself, in order to be valuable for the audience, kind of needs a lot of technical information in it. I kind of need to really deep dive into the microphone or the cables that go along with the microphone, the audio interface that I use for the microphone. I need to go into those different elements, but the perspective that I'm going to come back with is going to be a lot easier for me so that I actually can provide the value to my audience. So I don't have to necessarily deep dive into it, but I can give more conceptual information around it. So this is going to be better for me to provide value. And as that channel grows and then being able to work back with sponsors and brands, I'm going to make sure when I come to the table with a product for review that they're actually going to pay me. And I have no problem letting my audience know that I was compensated to share a product to them or a software service to them in the video. And the reason is because it costs to do business. It costs money to sit here and create content for our YouTube audience. You guys are watching this video. You create content. You know the amount of time and energy and effort and resources and technology, all this stuff that you financially invest, time away from your family, taking PTO from your job to create a video or go to that conference. You know the financial aspects that go into creating content. Editing a video is a long time, and if you can find someone to edit your video, there is a cost associated with it. And so asking for proper compensation from these brands that want to be associated with my channel, I'm actually going to take a harder stance in actually doing that this year, because I've reviewed a lot of products. I know how to use products, and products don't make the final outcome. Maybe they help in certain elements, but I can use a different camera, I can use a different microphone, I can use a different light. It really doesn't matter what I'm using to create my content. The viewer doesn't really know what I'm using unless they're following me behind the scenes because I'm actually a tech person. But if you're not a tech content creator, it doesn't matter, right? But what does matter is you being able to do this for the long term, and you need to get paid for doing it. And so, as I'm looking at how I can increase revenue, that is one of the things that really led to my burnout unknowingly, is that I wasn't generating enough revenue in order to offset some tasks that were really burdensome, where I could focus more on the elements of the video that I know are important to the audience. So as I go forward here, brand deal sponsorship deals will look a lot different for me. I'll also make sure that I'm tapping more into my affiliate things, the affiliate softwares, because I do get asked a lot, and I know you do too. Hey, what are you using to do this thing? Or maybe you're featuring something in your video unknowingly that people are interested in. I know when I had my other set going on, so sometimes you may see me over there in the future, or when I had my other studio, I used to have this pillow in the background, and it was just a pillow for all I was concerned, and it had the YouTube logo on it, and I kept getting people asking, hey, where did you get that pillow from? I didn't know it was an actual thing that my viewers were interested in, but I did eventually add it to my Amazon storefront. So now, if you go in the description section and you click around, you can find things that are in my studio that I use that I may never talk about because they're not really a part of the video or something that I think is interesting to you as a viewer. But it allows you to go around and shop and make purchases, which in return help this channel or help grow revenue to the business, because you bought based on my recommendation, which is an amazing way for us as content creators to actually generate more revenue. So during the rest period, I was able to like really revisit, hey, what am I actually talking about on these videos? And am I losing or not getting the revenue I really could be generating because I'm not really giving my audience everything that they're interested in, and adding that simple URL for them to go and click, and just reminding them, hey, go and click this, and it will help me actually not reach burnout and create more videos for you. Now, the final thing I want you to do is come back with a solid plan. So that final P is for plan here. Have a way that you can create content and it's going to be easier for you to get back into it. Now, don't jump full fledged back into it, but take your time progressively to get back into creating content. And little known fact about this is it's also a strategy. When you take time away, and I've done this in the past unintentionally just because I've been busy, but when you take time away from your audience and you come back, it allows you to let them know all the different things that have been going on for you. So it allows you to kind of reset your audience expectations as well. So I'm excited to come back and drop a video on my other channel because it's a video about some of the things that I have changed, some of the things that I'm doing going forward, some of the personal aspects of it, some of the conferences that I'll be attending, a conference that I'll be speaking at. So all this information I'm able to give to them. And I think that video is actually going to perform really well because there are going to be so many points in that video that are going to keep them engaged. And we all know the longer you keep your audience engaged on your content, the better that video will perform and it will lead into the next video. So think about those next 3 to 5 videos that you can create after your break. So after your break, when you come back, you can record those. And then when you release them, then you'll get more traction and you'll get that ball rolling again. And you'll come back stronger than ever. So over the past months, these have been some of the things that I've been working on. And I'm just sharing with you as I'm thinking out loud.